Hi guys, tonight we're going to continue with finding the equation for the line of best fit or linear regression for scatterplot using the graphing calculator. So at this point you want to make sure you have your calculator. You will be answering two of the notes questions and both of the video questions on a Google form, so make sure you have that ready as well. Okay, again, this is Unit 2, Part 3-10-1, line of best fit using the graphing calculator. Please make sure you have your graphing calculator. There are a few typos we need to fix. In question 2, it should say grade predicted instead of tip expected. And then down here, for question number 3 with the shark, it should say length expected. So let's go ahead and, if you don't want to clear your calculator, and you should have the notes for that, excuse me, and you have items in your list right here and how I got to that. Let's go back to that, and you should have your notes from last week. If you go to Stat and Enter, if there's numbers in your list already, there's a couple things you can do. You can highlight L1 by arrowing up and hit Clear and Enter. And you can also just type right over your list. So if you want to delete that, delete that one, delete that one, delete that one, and then you can go ahead and put your lists in. But don't ever, ever, ever delete the L1 and the L2. So I'm going to walk you through the first one. So again, let's start from the beginning. So we want to turn our diagnostics on. So we are going to hit second and 0, and then arrow down to diagnostics on so we can find our R value. And you might have your diagnostics on from the last time we did this. As I said, there's probably a quicker way to get there, but this is what I know. And we're going to enter twice till it says done. So we're going to enter this data table. A student who waits on tables at a restaurant recorded the cost of meals and the tips left by single diners. So when we have a horizontal table like this, this is always X, that's the independent variable, and the bottom row is always Y, which is the dependent variable. So we're going to enter the meal cost into list 1, so Stat and Enter, and we're going to enter $4.75, $6.84, $12.52, $20.42, and then finally the last of our X list is $8.97. And if you've made a mistake, again hit enter, we can always go back up and fix it. So in list 2, our Y values or our tip is 50 cents, 90 cents, $1.50, $3, and $1. And if you remember, to get the equation for the line of best fit, we hit Stat, arrow over to Calc, and it's a linear regression, so number 4. And depending on your operating system, I only have to hit enter once. You might have to hit enter several times. So here's our slope, and here's our y-intercept, and here's our correlation coefficient, and again we're looking at R, and this has a really high R value, almost 1, and if we rounded it would round to 1, so obviously this is a strong positive correlation. So in this box you're going to write the equation for the line of best fit, and you're going to round to the nearest hundredths, and in this box you're going to calculate the tip expected. So our equation, and I will put it up here, let me clear that out of there. Our equation rounded to the nearest hundredth is, I'm going to leave my y out of there, it's 0.16, and x is our slope. We are trying to figure out how much they would make at a tip costing $10.50, and since that's our x, we're going to put that in for our x, so times $10.50. And then we're going to add our y-intercept, which is minus 30 cents, so minus 0.30. So here's our equation, y equals 0.16x minus 0.30. We plugged in $10.50 for x to get our expected tip, and when we hit enter, our expected tip should be $1.38, and that's what you're going to write right here. Okay, now go ahead and use your calculator. Do the same thing for question 2 and question 3. And again, remember that we had to fix a typo here. This is the grade expected, and this is the tip expected. And In question 3, be careful because we're not plugging in for x, we're plugging in pounds, and pounds is our y coordinate, or our y value right there. You're going to enter questions 2 and questions 3 on the Google form, and you're also going to enter the answers to video question number 1 and video question number 2. Video question number 1, you're going to use this data right here to find the equation for the line of best fit, and you're going to round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. Then you're going to use your chosen equation over here, and you're going to find if a man has a shoe size of 10.5, and again, shoe size is our y, not our x, what would his predicted height be? And round your answer to the nearest hundredth. Be sure to include units, so if his height is being measured in inches, please include inches in your answer. And make sure you enter these on the Google form. Have a good night.